What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Wednesday. Dr. Dion Napier with Amplify Vocal Studio. And I want to talk to you about best steps to mixed voice. So there are 6 steps that I'm going to share with you that I think are best steps. And this is really my process to help singers unlock and become comfortable in singing mixed voice. And so I want to share them with you today. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining from. So 6 best steps to establishing mixed voice. So the first step is you want to secure your chest voice and secure your head voice, okay? So when I use the term secure, what I mean is that in your chest voice notes, there is an even, consistent vocal production down there. And in your head voice or your high notes, there is an even, consistent production up there. It's not too breathy. It's not falsetto, okay? Falsetto and head voice are not the same. Falsetto, the vocal cords are not firmly connected. In head voice, your cords are firmly connected, producing a clear, clean quality, okay, tone. So you want to make sure that you have consistency in your head voice and consistency in your chest voice. Why is this important? Well, your chest voice is the foundation of mixed voice, okay? And your head voice is the release of the mixed voice, okay? So when you're mixing, what you're doing is blending pharyngeal resonance into that chest register, your lower speech-like notes, and you're also blending the pharyngeal resonance quality into your high notes. So if the high and the low ain't established, you can give it up for trying to mix anything, okay? So that's your first step. You want to make sure your chest voice is secure and that your high notes are also secure, okay? The second step is that you want to isolate pharyngeal resonance, okay? So when I talk about pharyngeal resonance, I'm talking about this whiny, brassy, bright, kind of cartoonish kind of sound quality that you have to have if you're going to sing commercial music and sound authentic, okay? My audience is primarily classically trained singers who come from an operatic background or singing classical music. And so this pharyngeal quality that is very abrasive, it is very in your face, I call it a disruptor sound. We as classically trained singers are not used to making that sound quality, so it can sometimes kind of throw us off. But you have to have this sound when you're crossing over into singing commercial styles. And the first thing you want to do is isolate it. So when I say isolate it, I mean, you're going to do exercises that sound kind of brassy, sound kind of cartoonish, sound kind of ugly, quite frankly. So things like meow, 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 meow. 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 Now, that is isolated pharyngeal. It is very raw and very abrasive. You will never sing that publicly, but in order to lock into that quality, to blend it or mix it into the chest and head, we got to first isolate it, okay? So that's one exercise that gives you an example of that whiny pharyngeal quality. Meow, you can do things like nay, 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 or nay, 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 nay. Okay, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel nasal. Just roll with it, okay? It's not a finished sound. That's the second step. The second thing that you want to do, the second step is you want to drill and do repetitions in your middle voice, right? So in what I like to call that messy middle, welcome to you all who are joining, in that messy middle voice, right? The part of the voice where you can't push too much, right? Because it'll be overdone. It's like you're dragging chest up, but it can't be too light and too soft. Otherwise, it's going to sound classical and operatic, and it's going to lack the power that you want. So what you have to do is do repetitions of these exercises in your middle voice to beef it up and strengthen it so that it has a balance of flexibility but also power. That's what we have to work for, okay? So that's your third step, is to drill repetitions in that mixed voice. The fourth step is to now add pharyngeal resonance to your chest voice and to your head to get the mix, okay? So you want to start blending in that whiny kind of quality. Wham, wham, man, man. You want to start blending that into your chest and blending that into your head voice, okay? And I've got lots of videos to show you how to do that. Go watch, find something in my playlist, go watch it. But I've shown you guys many times how to do that. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Go watch some of those videos, especially the video on mixed voice with exercises included. It gives you exercises for a chest voice as well as head voice, how to blend the pharyngeal into those registers, okay? So that's your fourth step. The fifth step is to run your mix throughout your entire range. And so what you're aiming for is balance, okay? Because you don't want to just know how to mix in the lower part of the voice and just how to mix in the high part, but we got to go throughout that range. And when you do this is going to hit those bridges. It's going to hit that passaggio, right? Which is really challenging to balance and navigate. It can be for lots of singers, because as you're doing this, your voice can't break and crack as you're navigating through different registers. It has to be a smooth transition. So an exercise that I like to do, and there are a ton of them, but one that I like to do, or maybe a pattern that I like to do, is a Rossini scale. And it's on YouTube. You can look up the video so you can get it in your ear and you can practice with it. But the Rossini scale is so beneficial, I think, because it's more of a circular pattern. It's not like you go up to the top and come down. So let me demonstrate. I can't play it in C. So I'll demonstrate it. So it would be ma 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 ma. Sorry, ma 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 ma. See how it kind of goes in a circle. Welcome to you guys who are joining. Drop where y'all are calling from. I always like to see where you guys are from. But you see how it kind of goes in a circle. So it kind of tricks your mind into not freaking out as the voice gets higher, like you're hitting hitting a peak and then coming back down. But it just takes you around. So again, and you want to just take that up through your range and back down, and make sure the transitions are smooth. There are no audible cracks, no audible breaks, especially in those bridges, okay? That's what you want to do. You got to go all the way through the range, your vocal range, and make sure it's solid. And then the sixth step is to now apply this mixed voice quality into real songs that you would sing. Let me get a sip of water. That is the sixth step, song application. Okay, so an example, the song that came to my mind this morning was Forever by Carrie Job. It's a contemporary Christian song. So you would take that ma, 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 and you would sing a part of it. So forever he is glorified, that song. So sing it on the ma. Ma, 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 ma. Okay, on ma, ma, ma. I want to make sure that it's nice and balanced, that is not pushed too much, that I am still exhaling through that. I'm not holding my breath. That sound is not just coming from my throat, but my full body, my ass, all of this stuff is engaged. Mama, 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 mama. Okay, that's what you want to make sure that everything is good. Then after you do it on a ma, then you add the words into it. Okay, so the words are forever. So just that same position that you had the ma, ma, ma in that balanced kind of mix, right? When I say balanced mix, I mean there's a balance of bright quality as well as rich, warm quality. And I often refer to that as chiaro and scuro. That's a classical term, but it's the same thing in contemporary singing styles. As your foundational mix, you want to have a balance of those bright qualities as well as the richer, more round qualities. Okay, so now let's apply it in our song. So I did mama, so I'm going to put the words in. Forever he is glorified, forever he is lifted high. See, and there's mixed voice right there. Carrie Job is a fantastic example. She lives out in that mix. A lot of the contemporary Christian artists, their songs are written right in mixed voice. So you really have to know how to sing this. And it's not just contemporary Christian artists. A lot of commercial music, contemporary music, they write the stuff right in the bridges and right in the mixed voice. So this is a foundational skill that you have to know how to navigate and how to do if you're going to sing contemporary styles and be taken seriously. Okay, so those are the best 6 steps to mixed voice. I'm going to recap and tell you about my offer, and then I'm out. So step number 1 to establishing your mixed voice, you got to secure your chest register as well as your head voice. The second step is you want to isolate pharyngeal resonance. The third step is you then have to drill and do repetitions in that messy middle voice, okay? And for you gentlemen, I didn't make this comment, but a lot of times for you gentlemen, it's not necessarily the middle voice, but it's that middle to head voice transition. That's where y'all struggle. So y'all have to drill and do repetitions, do a lot of that and wham, a lot of that stuff in that transition point from your mixed voice, middle voice into your high notes, okay? For ladies, it's going to be the transition from your chest voice into that messy middle, honey. You got to drill and do those whiny, brassy, isolated pharyngeal resonance exercises to get power in that middle voice without pushing too much in the chest, okay, and in the larynx. All right, so that's step number 3. Step number 4 is then to add the pharyngeal resonance into your chest and head voice registers. So you're not just focusing on pharyngeal in the middle, but now you're branching out and you want to add that into chest quality as well as into your head voice register. The 5th step is you want to run the mixed voice throughout your entire range. So this is that balanced mix on a Rossini scale. You want to go all the way up as high as you can comfortably. When it starts to pull and grab and get too tight, perhaps that's as far as you can go right now. So then you just bring it on down. But you want to make sure that you can maintain a solid, balanced mix all the way through your register. And then the 6th step is to apply mixed voice into songs. Okay, like I just did. Start on a ma 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 or a na na na, something like that. The reason you want to do ma is because the M locks you into pharyngeal resonance, and the lowers the larynx a little bit, so it normalizes the voice, it normalizes your sound, it gets you closer to what you would actually sing. So ma 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 or na na na, those nasal consonants, those are excellent to help you start singing portions of your song on the ma or na syllable, and then you want to go in and insert the lyrics, but keep that same placement and position as the ma and na in that balanced mix, okay? So those are the best 6 steps. Now, if you would be interested in working with me on this in a group setting with some one-on-one built-in opportunities, you need to consider my Basics of Mix and Belt 4-week live course. Our next, sorry guys, my throat is dry, sorry. So our next cohort starts January the 11th, 2024. I'm going to tell you some more. Give me just a second. January 11th, 2024. And it's 4 weeks where I walk you through the basics of how to mix and how to belt. Because I just gave y'all the steps. Now I'm giving y'all this free content, but you can hear this and you can go try to apply it. Most people without a second pair of ears are not able to really just take this and master it on their own. You really do need a coach that you can bounce the sound off of and that can let you know, yes, this is the right direction. No, this is not the right direction. Yes, that's the correct sensation. No, that's not the correct sensation. Okay. So that's a value of working with the coach one-on-one and getting in my 4-week course. Okay. So the first 2 weeks, we're focusing on mixed voice. How do we do mixed voice? I'm clearing up some of the confusion because there's so much confusion around this stuff, but I give you crystal clear instructions with targeted vocal exercises to help you lock into mixed voice and begin applying it into your songs. The second 2 weeks or the second half of the course is on how to belt, okay? We're working on how do we belt sustainably without dragging chest voice up, right? That is not sustainable. So I talked to you about how to belt. I also bust misconceptions about belting belting. Because here's the thing, I come from a classical background. Many of you who are watching me probably have that same experience because that's who I target. We've been told a lot of things about singing commercial music, about belting, how it's unhealthy and all of that. So if you want to cross over and sing contemporary styles, we do have to deal with your mindset around belting, because if your mindset is stuck in lies that academia told you, you are going to struggle with belting. Okay, so that's a benefit of coming into my course. I don't just help you with your voice, I also help you shift and rearrange your thoughts and your mindset so your voice can open up sooner. Okay, so that's my 4-week course. Now I will tell you the value of taking this course, because I talk about this course a lot. It's on a running rotation, right? But here's one value of taking it. So for classically trained singers, this course is being hosted and led by a classically trained singer. So I have a background in opera. I have a background in singing classical art song. I have a background in all of the German, French, Italian, English, all of that stuff. I know that. I went through a university system for 12 years, got a doctorate. I know all that stuff, right? So that's a benefit because I know the struggles that you guys are going to have. I know the struggles coming from a classical background. I know the struggle and the frustration of not really feeling where to place the sound, right? I know the frustration of trying to lock into a mix, but all you know how to do is drag chest up, but then that's uncomfortable. And then you just flip over into a classical head voice and you know that's not right, but you don't exactly know where to place the sound. I know, honey. I know. I've walked it. So this is a value of this course being led by me. Now, there are many other people that's teaching teaching mix and belt. But when you come through my program, I have that experience of a classically trained singer, so I can relate to you guys, okay? The other benefit for you commercial style singers is that because I come from a classical background, I'm going to give you structure and a systematic way to lock into mix or refine your mix and refine your belt. Because a lot of you contemporary style singers, y'all lack structure. Y'all are hearing bits and pieces of information everywhere from different coaches or whatever, but you don't really know how to align it and how to use it methodically to get the result that you want. So that's a value that I bring to my commercial style singers. I'm going to give you a systematic approach. I'm going to give you a method that gets your voice moving quickly. And also, even though I come from a classical background, my approach to teaching this stuff is not Western European. A lot of y'all's voice teachers, even if they didn't come from academia, all they know is Western classical approach to teaching voice. My approach, now I do know that, and I use that here and there more so for my knowledge. But when I'm teaching you guys, I'm using the easiest, most natural approach, which is primal sounds. I use the approach of taking everyday pre-programmed sounds that every human being is hardwired to make and using that as a pathway to get you moving into mixing and to belting. It is so easy. It's so natural. You won't be overthinking it. So that's the value of taking the mix and belt course. In that, if you're a classically trained singer or voice teacher, or are a professional level commercial style singer and you need to know and understand better how to mix and belt, I want you to DM me the word mix on Instagram so we can chat and see if this course would be a fit for you. Or you can click the link in the description and apply for the course. It is application only. You can apply for the course. Once it is reviewed, you will get a message back. Okay, so that's all I've got today. I'm 18 minutes. I'm 3 minutes over. But do you guys have any questions or any comments around mixed voice, any confusion you need cleared up, any things that you're running into as you are practicing on your own and you want to ask me about while I'm live? This is your time. And replay watchers, what's up, my replay watchers? Y'all already know you can drop in the chat your questions, your comments, but I'm here to answer that. That's why I come on live, is to give you guys some information and to take your questions live so you can get the results that you want. Okay. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts? And it's fine. If you don't have anything now, it's okay. You can go back, and even for those of you who are live, you can go back and watch the replay. And then if some questions come up as you listen again, just drop it in the chat and I will respond. All right. I'm going to hop off because it's been almost 20 minutes. Thank you guys who are live. I'll see you again. What's today? Wednesday. I'm going to try to pop back on here Friday if I can. I'm going to try to. But if not, I'll definitely be back next week. Okay. Y'all have a great one. Bye-bye.